Yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, Commissioner Solomon is absent today.
I don't know if
Commissioner
Zach.
Mozak?
Oh, I was just saying Zach froze. I don't know if he knows he's frozen because he never.
Zach, you're frozen. Yes.
We never heard where he was calling from, so I just see his cute little face there.
I'll come back.
This is Kathleen Mozak, Commissioner, calling in from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. Commissioner Hall? You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. President from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Tim Hall, Commissioner.
Thank you. Vice Chair Keeler?
This is me, Vice Chair Larry Keeler, and I'm calling from the west side of Ann Arbor, of course, in my recliner.
Thank you. Commissioner Gossage?
Good afternoon, Commissioner Alex Gossage, calling in from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. Councilmember Nelson?
Elizabeth Nelson, calling in from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. Commissioner Buttons is not here, and Commissioner Christina Allen Pipkins is not here. We have a quorum. Hold on. Zach?
I don't see him. It looks like he dropped off. Oh, here he comes.
We have 10 commissioners. We would need 6 for a quorum. We're one short of quorum, Zach. We have 10 commissioners on CODAS, so we would need 6 commissioners to be present for a quorum. Can you hear us? You're muted.
Yeah, I can hear you, folks.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Here we go. Now we have one.
Weather. I'm going to repeat myself one more time. Because of the bad weather, I'm having some connectivity issues. So I appreciate everyone being understanding of that. Go ahead, Denise.
Would you please let us know where you're calling from?
Yes, Zach Damon, Chairman, Commission on Disability Issues, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Washtenaw County.
Thank you. Commissioner Allen Pipkins, please let us know where you're calling from.
Hi there. I am calling from Ann Arbor.
Thank you. Now we have a quorum.
All right, wonderful. So to increase connectivity, guys, just so you know, I'm not being antisocial. It's just to help my connection. So I will be turning off my camera for the majority of the meeting, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, folks, thank you again for joining us this afternoon. Denise, in the event that I do get disconnected again, hopefully we can continue the meeting as scheduled, but I don't foresee any huge issues here. So next, we have the approval of today's agenda. I know that was sent for all commissioners to review prior to today's meeting. Does anybody have any objections or comments, or can there be a motion to approve today's agenda?
I'll move to approve.
All right. Kathleen moves to approve.
Second.
Okay, and I have a second from Vice Chairman Larry Keeler to approve today's agenda. All in favor of approving today's agenda, please say aye.
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 Aye. All right. Today's agenda is approved. Next, we have the review and approval of the meeting minutes from last month. Now, of course, I didn't know if anyone had any, objections or discussions upon that. So I'll give you guys a second to discuss and or review. I didn't know if there were any comments on this. If there are not, is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from April?
I'll move to approve them. The
Okay,
minutes from
Larry
April.
moves to approve, and I will second. All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from April, please say aye.
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 Thank you very much, folks. I do appreciate that. Next on the agenda, we have public comment.
Excuse me for a moment. Commissioner Keeler has his hand up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Commissioner Keeler, go ahead.
Yeah, just a comment. I didn't know where to fit it. If your Zoom connection really craps out, I can finish the meeting for you.
Well, as the vice chairman, that's what I would expect. Thank you very much, sir.
That's just let you know that that's a good possibility then.
All right. I appreciate that. All right. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we always get to the fun part, which is public comment, and I hope that we have some individuals on this afternoon that would like to do some public comment, but if there are not, then no big deal. Denise, do we have anyone on for public comment this afternoon?
No, there's no one here presently.
Oh, shucks. Okay. No problem. And we will continue to always keep that open for residents. So thank you very much. Now to the really fun part of our agenda, folks. We have some great presentations. So first, I'd like to introduce Katie Monkevich with the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled. So good afternoon, Katie, and thanks for joining us.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I have a few things to tell you about today. I usually share a couple of events that are coming up with you. Today, I'm sharing one event because it's a big one. It's Visions 2022. This is going to be on Wednesday, June 8th from 11 to 4 p.m. at the Downtown Library. The 2022 Visions Vendor Fair features more than 20 exhibitors, including the Commission for Disability Issues. So we're very happy that you all will be joining us and having a table at our event. They'll be demonstrating the latest products and services for the blind, visually impaired, and physically disabled, electronic readers, magnifiers, support services, braille devices, library services, CCTVs, leader dogs, and transportation services are just a few of the many outstanding services and products that will be on display. The Visions Vendor Fair is presented by the Ann Arbor District Library, which also serves as the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled, and is co-sponsored by the State of Michigan's Bureau of Services for Blind Persons. Presentations are also going to be offered on topics related to vision health, services, and assistive technology. At 12 p.m., we're having Scott Lacey and Amber Willard from the Blind Rehabilitation Center presenting Technology Now, personal and employment related technology. At 1 p.m., we have a presentation from the folks at University of Michigan Adaptive Sports. At 2 p.m., our very own Commissioner Alex Gossage will be talking about what's new at the Center for Independent Living. Very excited about that. And then at 3 p.m., Scott Norris, who's the manager of the Braille and Talking Book Library in Lansing, is going to be presenting a modern look at Braille and Talking Book Library services today and tomorrow. So we really hope that everybody can join us for that. We are very much looking forward to holding that event in person this year. As far as materials go, as usual, Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled patrons can order digital cartridges by calling 734-327-4224 or emailing wlbpd@aadl.org. And to sign up for the Braille and audio reading service, which is called BARD, you can download your own books. So to sign up, go to nlsbard.loc.gov or just give us a call and we can help you with the application. Here are a couple of books that have been recently added to BARD. Happiness Becomes You, A Guide to Changing Your Life for Good by Tina Turner. The musical icon gives advice for generating hope from nothing, breaking through all limitations, and succeeding in life. She shows how the spiritual lessons of Buddhism help her transform from sorrow, adversity, and poverty into joy, stability, and prosperity. Uprooted, Recovering the Legacy of the Places We've Left Behind by Grace Olmsted. Journalist examines the world of her hometown of Emmett, Idaho, and the relationship she has with it as someone who left for better opportunities. Topics include the history of Emmett, sustainability of farm communities, governmental policy, and our relationship with the communities in which we grow up. Stories from the Wreckage, a Great Lakes maritime history inspired by shipwrecks by John Jensen. Stories from the Wreckage is a comprehensive look at the shipping business throughout the early Great Lakes, from how the ships were built to the types of cargo they carried and how they met their ultimate demise and their lasting legacy. That is all that I have for you all today. Does anybody have any questions, comments for me?
Do you mind repeating that Great Lakes shipping book title one more time? And then I have one other question for you as well. Pardon me.
Sure. The shipping book is called Stories from the Wreckage, and that is by John Jensen.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And then Katie, just for the commission, I am very excited for us to have a table at Visions coming up. I wanted to know just really quickly from you, and we will be speaking more about this later on in the meeting, but from your experience, what kind of materials is most beneficial to have at the table?
So have found in the past that the materials that you have at the table are actually one of the least important things, especially since quite a few of the people coming through are visually impaired. Like having a flyer isn't necessarily the greatest thing for folks with visual disabilities. Sure. Although there are going to be lots of people there that don't have visual disabilities too. So flyers are great to have. But honestly, what I'm meaning to say is that the people standing at the table having conversations with our patrons who are coming through are really the most important part of your table, really, is you being there and having those conversations. Anything that you want to have at your table is just sort of bonus, like extra. Absolutely.
No, thank you. And I appreciate you touching on how important it is to be present and be there and talk with individuals. And I'm just so excited for the event. And yeah, thank you very much. And does anyone else have any questions or comments for Katie at this time?
I'll just be at the table a lot of the time. So, yep. We'll have a blind guy there.
That's great. We're looking forward to having you, Larry.
Well, Larry, not just with your impairment, but a guy who is enthusiastic, has great energy, and who is a very good member of our community. Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
All right. Well, Katie, as always, thank you so much. And we appreciate everything that you and the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled are doing. Awesome stuff. And we look forward to seeing you on June 8th.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing you as well. Bye, awesome. Everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay. Next, we have the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living presentation. Do we know, is Joyce Blair on with us today?
Yes.
All right. Hi, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The counties that the Center for Independent Living serves in Southeast Michigan are Livingston, Monroe, and Washtenaw. And all of the events that will be mentioned can be accessed by calling 734-971-0277 or by emailing info@aacil.org. So first, here is a regional announcement and an invitation to please save the date. On July 21st, 2022, from 3 to 6 p.m. at Michigan Sterling State Park in Monroe County, the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living will hold a picnic in celebration of the 32nd anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Nationwide, the ADA anniversary, which was signed into law in 1990, is honored annually on July 26th. More information will be available on our website and widely advertised as we get closer to the event. Pre-registration will be recommended. The CIL will hold the following upcoming events. There is a multiple sclerosis support group on Mondays from 7 to 8:30 p.m. For more information or to sign up, please call Jody Burton Slowens at 734-663-0785. The Spinal Cord Injury Support Group virtual meetup meets the second Tuesday each month at noon. Next meeting is June 14th, 2022. Join the support group to connect with others, get help tackling needs, and receive information about community resources for people with spinal cord disorders or injuries. For more information and to sign up, please email Tom at aacil.org or call the center at extension 55. The Center for Independent Living has a virtual art club that is now returned to all virtual meetings. On Mondays, they meet from 12:30 to 2, and they have an artist series. May 23rd will be Found Object Sculpture by Yayoi Kasama. On May 31st, it will be artist Kinda Khalidi Abstractions. Also on Mondays from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock is Open Studio, and that will now be virtual. Whenever the center reopens, it will be in person from 2 to 4 on Mondays. On Tuesday from 3 to 4:30 p.m., we have virtual online guided sessions. May 24th will be Found Object Sculpture again, and May 31st will be 1 to 2:30 p.m. virtual Open Studio. Thursdays, 1 to 2:30 p.m., there's a virtual online Open Studio where people can bring anything that they would like. And those dates are May 19th and May 26th. For more information or to sign up for a class, please contact Claire at cmoore, M-O-O-R-E, at aacil.org or call the center at extension 70. Next, we have Be Active at Home Spirit Club Inclusive Fitness. It meets Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 5 o'clock p.m. May 23rd is yoga, and May 25th is Marble Story Time Fitness. Our fitness club welcomes all abilities with 3 different adaptations of exercise, all on one screen. Participants are welcome to modify the workout as they are comfortable. For more information or to sign up, please contact Mark at mhymes, Hymes, at aacil.org or call the center at extension 67. Trivia Tuesdays is a fun club that meets Tuesdays 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. virtually or by phone only. Every Tuesday, we get together to play trivia. Join us for some fun. We talk about ideas, solutions, and problem solving for whatever disability-related challenges a person may have. For more information, please email Anna at aacil.org or call the center at extension 17. The Disability Community Action Lab meets virtually the 3rd Wednesday of every month from 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. We had a meeting today, and the next meeting is June 15th, 2022. If you care about important issues facing the community, DECAL is a collaborative advocacy group that discusses and encourages action on issues that people with disabilities face. We provide support and guidance towards self-advocacy and group advocacy. You will connect with others who care about similar issues and help develop ideas or plans to address those issues. For more information and to register or simply sign up for the newsletter, please contact Elliot at ecarter@aacil.org or call the center at extension 52. The Center for Independent Living has a community information and resources listserv that is in addition to all the information that we provide. About twice monthly. Various information emails are sent out on a listserv that will enhance the lives of our customers. It may be a public notice, a calendar of area events, a list of national days, or critical ways to connect to community resources. If you are interested in being added to the hot topics email list, please email me, Joyce, at jblair@aacil.org or call the center extension 36. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce, and thank you to everyone at the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. And I was curious, really quick, Joyce, is
Yes.
that Community Action League? Is that an organization, or is that just like a club?
It's a support group for advocacy. So it's called the Disability Community Action Lab, and we advocate with our legislators and local representatives on issues that people in the disabilities community face.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Does anyone on the commission, do you guys have any questions or comments for Joyce in the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living at this time?
Go ahead, Kathleen.
Thank you. I was just wondering, I myself have some chronic pain conditions, fibromyalgia, reflex sympathetic dystrophy syndrome, and the like. Do you have any, or currently, do you have any groups that address that issue, or how would one go about starting a group? That's question number one. Question number two is, several years ago, I had signed up to be on in one of your groups that dealt with hearing loss. Pam McGinty kind of got back with me, but said that nothing was happening. Is that still in a stall?
I believe it is. And there are some things that stalled because of the pandemic. In relationship to starting a new group, it is a possibility, but right now we are, all of our groups are virtual for the time being. So I would say call the center and let's talk about it. A great place to start would be joining DECAL. And the information, there's a sign up right on the website. So AnnArborCIL.org. And it's a great group of people. Some of the issues that we're working on are the sub-minimum wage for people with disabilities. Oh gosh, we had several issues that we're working on. Oh, access to open meetings. For state meetings in any state department, we'd like people with disabilities to be able to access those meetings and have their needs met in terms of being able to participate.
Yeah, I'm very excited in participating. Elliot got back with me. Sadly, I had a conflict with today's meeting because I already had my calendar for this month, but I will definitely be there in June.
Detroit Disability Power and several other organizations that are in Southeast Michigan join in, and we even have a person that is in Traverse City. Folks from Michigan State University, the Wayne State University, the Healthy Black Elders Project. So
wonderful,
it's a wonderful group.
Yeah, that is. And let us know too, how the commission can also, help with DECAL or be involved in any way. I think that the mission of what DECAL is doing, and of course the center, and of course the commission, and being a voice and trying to make our community more accessible. I think all of them are paramount and go kind of on the same line. So please let us know, if there's any way that that the Commission on Disability Issues can assist Joyce.
Well, Alex will tell you more about, last week we joined a Disability Network of Michigan in Lansing for Legislative Day, and it was a day of action, and we talked to our representatives. So Alex will share more about that.
Yes, Commissioner Gossage has his hand up.
Yeah, I just actually wanted to mention to Kathleen. Kathleen, if you want to reach out to me about starting a group, I'd be happy to talk. And what I could also do is connect you with one of our other support group facilitators who's been facilitating the MS support group for many, many years. So I think she'd be a good resource for you.
Would that be Jody Slowens?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then as far as the hearing loss support group, I will reach out to Pam, but I do not think they've been doing anything virtually. But I will check.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Is there any other questions at this time for Joyce or Alex about the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living? Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Well, yeah, thank you. And folks, for more information about the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living and all of their great services mentioned today, please feel free to visit aacil.org. Thank you very much, folks. All right. Moving on, we have the report for the Partners in Access and Community Engagement Committee with Alex Gossage and Rachel Hawkins.
Rachel, do you want to go first? You're on mute right now.
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, so I just was, I had a brief update in regards to Ann Arbor Inclusive. So for the April show is already out. It's on the Michigan Auto No Fault Reform, and it's currently on the Ann Arbor Inclusive YouTube page. They do have 2 upcoming guests coming up, but I don't have a date yet on when these will be airing on CTN. So they're going to be interviewing Able Eyes and also the Bureau of Services for Blind Persons as well. So more details to come on that once we have a date and time for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rachel. And great job, I think everyone is doing with Ann Arbor Inclusive and keeping our community engaged with different resources. Ableized does a great job. And yeah, wonderful job by CTN, Tom Hoagland, Linda Evans, and yourself, everyone involved. Thank you. All right.
Okay. As far as the other half of our meeting, I think we mainly focused on the Visions Conference coming up, and if we needed to have any sort of materials or tchotchkes or anything like that to bring along for the tabling and the outreach piece. So there was that. In addition, I know there had been a question that had come up from a member of the community related to e-bikes and their use of access on local trails. I followed up with a colleague of mine who knows much more about bikes than I do, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to help us with an answer. If not, I'm going to reach out to a few other folks as well. I think those were the main things, were they not, Larry and Rachel?
I think that does cover it, unless Larry can think of something else.
No, I think that covers it. I was going to ask a question and I just forgot what I was going to ask.
Well, Elizabeth has a question, so.
Yeah, I realized that I could have looped in Tim, but now we have Tim right here with us. Tim, do you know at the you're still in transportation, right? Are you still on the Transportation Commission, Tim?
Yeah.
I'm curious, has the Transportation Commission had much discussion about e-bikes? So the distinction that was troubling for the resident is that I guess there's a class 1 and a class 2, and a class 1, both classes have the same maximum speed, but class 1, you have to pedal it and it's just assist. Class 2, you can actually ride it without pedaling at all. And for some reason, even though the max speed is the same on both of them, only one of the one that you have to pedal is the only one that's allowed on paths. I don't know anything about e-bikes, but do you know, has the Transportation Commission talked about them at all?
Not a lot. I didn't.
I can't hear him any longer.
Hello, are you there?
Commissioner Hall, yes, okay.
Yeah, sorry, there seemed to be some sort of technical glitch there. I think you're good, Tim.
Yeah, I think, just for some reason my headphones disconnected for a while, but I don't know much about the e-bike stuff. It just...
Vice Chair Keeler has his hand up.
Go ahead, Larry.
Hello? Yeah, my question was, I sent you, Denise, links, and I think I sent them to Rachel and Zach. I sent them the links with stuff that was done for flyers before. Were they helpful, or did you guys get them?
Well, I'm so sorry. I thought we were talking about the e-bikes there, but as far as the links.
No, but this was it was just the links to the flyer. I just wanted to make sure you got them and if they were useful.
I did take a look at the links. They were helpful on my end, and I will be touching more on that specific topic during the chair report.
Okay, sorry, back to the e-bikes. But I know nothing about them. Go ahead.
I think I probably just need to reach out to staff and find out why we have that rule. That probably is the answer. I mean, I did want Alex's input because the way the issue was framed to us was that having a physical disability and like simply not being able to pedal, that was this woman's situation. And she said, you know, like for even if the top speed is the same, the only difference is that I literally physically cannot push the pedals. And so that seems like a disability question. It really is accommodating that. So, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, Elizabeth, and thank you for that. I did see that inquiry as well. I did review that, but of course, I'm just not very familiar on, you know, any of the e-bike information or classification, but, you know, I'll make sure that I also address that as well. Alex, I hope that your colleague can respond and be able to give us some good information. But thank you for bringing our attention, Elizabeth.
So just to get it straight, I just want to see if I ask a question at Transportation Commission. There are two classes of e-bikes, and one has you pedal and one doesn't, but we only allow the pedal kind on city streets or something?
That is exactly it. Well, I don't know about streets. No, it's about multimodal paths. The multimodal paths and trails in the city are restricted to cyclists and pedestrians. And so presumably you can't ride a motorcycle on a multimodal path, but the e-bikes, there is a distinction apparently. Again, I probably need to just talk to staff and find out like why there would be this distinction. It's class 1, you have to pedal, and it's an assist. Class 2, you can actually put it on a mode where you do not have to pedal at all, but they go the same speed. They have the same max speed. So it's not, they functionally are as like as a moving target on the trail. They're not, one is not going faster than the other.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
It would seem to me that there's got to be some way that an exception can be made in certain situations. Like this individual, what they were saying, they wouldn't even want to necessarily use it all the time, but for specific circumstances when they absolutely just couldn't pedal any longer. So I feel like we should be able to come some sort of resolution. I just wasn't sure if there were any connections to how the ADA is factoring into it at this point, and I don't know. I don't have an easy answer at this point. So hopefully we'll find out more soon.
Yeah, I don't either, Elizabeth. But I suspect that, you know, if it's sort of the same bike and doesn't take up, you know, any more space and it goes the same speed, I don't see again how there's, you know, not a way again that the ADA can't factor in there. But again, you know, I'm not an expert on this particular issue, so as Alex pointed out, I hope there's something that can be you know, resolved.
Excuse me, Vice Chair Keeler has his hand up.
Larry, go ahead.
Oh, you know, supposedly it didn't come down. Sorry.
No,
I didn't have a question. It's just up there.
Okay, no problem, Larry. But we always want to give you a chance because you have good feedback all the time. So thank you, sir. All right. Well, actually, if there is not anything else, you are actually up next, Larry, for recruiting.
Yeah, I thought I was.
Okay.
So I got it. I'm going to do some emailing and checking into the list of people again, and see what we got. See, we got a few applicants to take a look at, and I think you were supposed to send me a couple applications, Denise, to look at.
Yes, I'm still in the process of pulling 2 more. Soon as Sarah returns from vacation on Monday, I have this for you.
And also, when I contact these people, I'll let them know that if they want to meet us, I'll let them know about the since our Visions booth is out there. That's a great opportunity to come and see us and ask us about what we do and give some information on us. So we'll be out there the 8th.
Absolutely. I mean, I look at Visions in June 8th as a great opportunity for recruitment and also just creating awareness.
And I'll bring up a suggestion about that when we talk about the Visions thing when it's appropriate.
Absolutely. Just a couple more things, I promise.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Larry, for your work with recruiting and activity, and also for reviewing applications and things of that sort. We really do appreciate that because that is important.
I got to give a lot of credit to Councilwoman Nelson for helping me out with some of that too. So.
Absolutely. You guys do a great job. Thank you both.
Anytime, Larry.
All right. If there's not anything else for recruiting activity, I'd like to move on to the Transportation Commission update with Mr. Tim Hull.
Yeah, so we had a meeting on the April 20th. I was there even though I wasn't at this meeting. That was one of those times I was gone working in Maryland. And yeah, so they just had a few things on the agenda. They talked about the Vision Zero implementation plan, the normal project update, and they had a discussion about like budget plans, as well as the policy agenda recommendations for city council. Yeah, there's a meeting tonight, and there's a few things like sounds like they're talking about some changes to the Unified Development Code regarding parking. They were going to get rid of parking minimums and add parking maximums, is what I saw. And also saw this South Division cycle track and parking removal they were going to discuss, and some stuff on South Main and some pedestrian accommodations. But I guess the bigger thing I wanted to mention is we really need someone else for this commission, because I am leaving. I mean, I think I may technically be able to stay on for the June meeting without renewing my term if no one has replaced me on this yet. But beyond that, yeah, I really can't do the Transportation Commission anymore, and they need to find someone else to do it. And yeah, I think it's actually, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know you might want to try to talk me into doing it more, but I'd have to do this commission more, and that's probably the more problematic one, just due to the time of day and yeah, just managing multiple things. And yeah, so if anyone wants to do it, I'd encourage you to, I mean, you could make a motion this meeting, then you could be ready in time for the June meeting. I mean, I'm planning on doing tonight's meeting, but yeah, I mean, this is the end. I'm sorry. I mean, I know I've been mentioning this since like last October that I wasn't planning on going for another term, but yeah.
Absolutely, Tim. And I hear you loud and clear. And I think, I've done my best to kind of communicate that here, folks, that we do need someone available. I know that we've had other commissioners in the past say that there was interest with may I say, kind of minimal follow-up on that. So, Tim, I completely hear you and understand your urgency here in filling this vacancy. Commissioners, I want to open it up to you at this particular juncture. I mean, is there a commissioner that is interested and willing to fill this spot for Mr. Hull? Because this is an important seat that the commission holds, and it keeps us informed on what's going on in terms of transportation within the city and keeping transit accessible for all. And this is important. And so, I really want to encourage, like Mr. Hull just did, any commissioners that would be willing and interested to, be on this particular transportation seat, if they would be interested, to please reach out.
And I know I'm not sure. I don't think it's passed yet. I think they may have revised it and are going back on it again, but there will be the option soon for alternate. So if there's someone who could do it but might not be able to do it all the time, you would be able to name alternates. I'm not sure that can be done quite yet, but it should be soon.
Zach, I just want to say for the record, while I have been highly interested in the position, it is not appropriate for me to do it at this time because I sit as a seated board member on the AAATA, which already has a representative on the Transportation Commission. And while I would be representing the commission, the perception would be that of I'm an AAATA board member. And so that is why I cannot volunteer at this time.
Oh, sure. No, I appreciate that. And of course, I was just alluding to the full commission, but thank you for that, Kathleen. And we definitely appreciate your efforts with AAATA as well, and the time that you're putting in there, because that's definitely important. So thank you for that, and thank you for letting us know. But of course, I mean, it is important, folks, that we, move forward and we're able to, take on some responsibilities, I think, that are very paramount to keeping these seats open and these seats available. And again, as Tim alluded to, there can be alternates. So it's not as if, if you agree to do this, that you're sort of forced or, I would say, locked into this particular position. It's just we need someone to be able to step up and say, hey, I can fill this, when I'm able, and I can take up this particular seat, because if it becomes vacant, my instinct is that eventually I don't know, maybe the Transportation Commission would see that the particular seat that we have at this point is not valid, and we don't want them to close that opportunity to continue to keep that open. So Larry, I see that you have your hand up, sir.
If nobody else takes it, I'll take it, but it's a difficult time for me that Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm guessing that one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to do it, and part of the reason I'm not going to do it, don't want to do it anymore, are these back-to-back meetings like this. Well, there is some time in between, but.
Now, what time does that thing end?
It's 7 o'clock. It's usually 7 o'clock the same day. So it'll be 7 o'clock tonight and 7 o'clock on the same day we meet.
No, what time does it end approximately?
Around 9.
Around 9? Does it usually go the full 2 hours?
Usually it does.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, if I have to, I'll do it. But it's usually around dinner time, and I'm making dinner. So, but yeah, I could actually stay muted for most of that, couldn't I? Well, I'll consider it. I'm hoping we get another. If we don't, I'll attend the June one. If we don't get another thing, I'll attend the June one. Can I do that, or?
I think we might have to make a motion to that.
You're correct, Tim. I was just going to see if that's okay with the commission right now, actually. To is there a motion to be able to have Larry Keeler sit in for the Transportation Commission in place of Commissioner Tim Hall?
I'll make that motion, Kathleen.
I'll second it.
Okay, I'll second. Denise, do we have we have a quorum for this, correct? I want to make sure.
Yes, most definitely.
All right, thank you. So with that, Tim seconds. All in favor of having Commissioner Larry Keeler be on the Transportation Commission seat for the Commission on Disability Issues, excuse me, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Well, thank you, Larry. And please, keep in touch with us and myself in terms of how that goes for you. And, I want to be, of course, Larry, I want to be there for you, every step of the way in that process. And then Tim and Larry, if also you guys just could connect offline here, just to kind of, bring him up to speed, Tim. I know that, you've already told him what times meetings are, things like that.
Yeah, that would make sure that gets to the people who are coordinating the Transportation Commission meetings, so he gets the agenda and all that stuff next month.
Right.
And who does that?
It's whatever. I think it's Raymond Hess who at the city
Okay.
Yes, I'll notify him.
All right. So what sorry, go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I could, since I'm doing the meeting this week, I could be in, even I don't know if I'd still be considered a member or not, just be in this commission in June, just so I could report on that. And I guess if my seat hasn't been filled, I'd still technically still be a member for the 60-day period. But even if not, I guess I probably could be in to report what I did, and then Larry could take it on in June and beyond, or not necessarily beyond if you find someone else, or if he can't. But
well, I think that's a good plan, Tim, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
just to be able to have you and Larry, first of all, connect offline, to be able to get Larry the appropriate contacts so that he is then looped in to those communications. And then also, at the June meeting, have you report, but of course, Larry, have you maybe say some additional information if need be. And then of course, have you take over after the June meeting. How does that sound to both of you gentlemen?
Sounds good to me, although I've already planned something for this evening, so I'll have to
you don't have
get
to
with you on that.
Yeah, you don't have to watch this evening's meeting. You could watch it if you wanted to see how it works. Just watch it on YouTube after the fact. But
I could. Send me the link. Send me the link. I could.
Yeah, I think you could just search for CTN Ann Arbor, and it should be easy to find.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I can find it on CTN.
Well, you can find it on the CTN's YouTube channel. Would probably be the place to look.
Yeah, 16. I could also see it on 16.
Yeah, you could see it there, but I'm just saying if you want to watch it any time, I guess if you had a DVR, right, you might be able to find it, but I'm not sure if they list Transportation Commission in the guide, so it might be harder to find there.
Well, I'll check pretty soon.
Well, and gentlemen, I'll just, I know we've already got each other's emails, but I will formally connect you both, offline here, just so you both are in, contact or email as well. Okay. Or do you not need that? Or would you like me to do that? What would you prefer?
It'd be fine if you did that.
Okay.
That doesn't matter to me.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll do that. And, Tim, I want to thank you so much for your help and service, all this time. And then Larry, I also just want to give kudos to you for stepping up at this time to do that. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Next, I'd like to move on if there's nothing else for Transportation Commission. I'd like to move on to the report for the U of M Council for Disability Concerns meeting update with Kathleen. Kathleen, it's all yours.
Hi, everybody. Tim, we're going to miss you. So the last Council for Disability Concerns was May 10th. I just received the meeting notes yesterday. I sent them to Denise last night, and I think she'll be forwarding them on to you all. I highly encourage you to read them because there's a lot of information in there, more specific and highly detailed than what I'm going to present at this meeting. The meeting was basically centered around our guest speaker, which was Christina Klein. She is the ADA coordinator, but there's a new, what do I want to call it? A new division, and it's called ECRT, which stands for Equity, Civil Rights, and Title IX Office. And so she is the associate director of that and also remains the ADA coordinator. It was just all put together. I believe it was January of this year, maybe February. So it's brand spanking new. They are creating an ADA advisory board. It's going to contain about 8 people, and they're looking for undergrads, grads, faculty, and staff to man that. It's going to meet either quarterly or twice a year. So if anyone in staff, undergrad, grad, or faculty is interested, they can contact that office. Also, they're in the process of creating and providing regular ADA training, which is not happening right at the current level. And they're also trying to create question and answer opportunities as well. And one of the ways they're going to do that is they're developing an interactive website. That is coming soon. Again, this all just began this year, so everything is all in the works. But again, if you go to the meeting minutes, there is a wealth of information in there to fill in all the gaps that I didn't provide today. Another thing that I'd like to mention is Disability Pride events are coming up. One will be held virtually on July 28th at 4 p.m. And the other one will be held in person at Eastern Market in Detroit, Michigan on August 23rd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. At this time, that's the only information I have. I don't have like Zoom links or any other particulars, but I imagine that in June, I will be able to flesh that out better for you. And that's everything I have. Oh, the next meeting, if anybody's interested, is June 14th at noon.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathleen. And yes, very important about the Disability Pride events as well, and making sure that those are on our radar as well. So thank you, and to thank everyone, as usual, on the U of M Council for Disability Concerns for their work with the university and all that you're doing. Just great things there. And, thank you for your continued efforts on that particular council. We definitely appreciate it. All right. Next, we have the city personnel report with Denise.
Hold on, I do not have anything to report this meeting.
Okay. No worries. All right. Well, next, we have the chair report. And again, I promise you I'm not being antisocial here with having my camera off. It just helps my connection today on this stormy day. But I had a couple things I wanted to touch on. The first is, when we did allude to it a little bit here, folks, June 8th and the Visions event at the downtown Ann Arbor District Library. The Commission on Disability Issues will be having a table at this event. Very, very excited. Now, I wanted to know from the commission, because I did send out an email to all of you, just kind of trying to gauge some feedback on what we wanted to have there, what we thought would be beneficial to have there, and of course, what could be, cost effective in terms of, us getting these things and setting them up. So I didn't know, is there any feedback on this? Because I hadn't received any except some minimal stuff. I know that the Partners and Access Committee did also touch on this as well. So I wanted to also see if Larry and or Alex wanted to touch on the June 8th Visions event, but more in concerning of Kodai and our table and any thoughts that they had.
I have my hand up. Is it okay if I speak? It's Kathleen.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. I did not see that. Go ahead, Kathleen.
No worries. I'm kind of sitting in the dark because of the rain and everything. I'm wondering, you know how we have those bulletins that are posted on the outside of the city hall that talks about all the commissions, their dates and times, that possibly we should have some of those flyers available for the public. So instead of just saying, you can go Google it online, they could actually take a physical copy of when all of our meetings are for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I completely think that's a great idea. Denise, do we know if this is doable for us?
Check into it for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Kathleen, would you envision this particular, I mean, just something as simple as the rest of our meeting schedule for the year? And then would we want to say, hey, come visit us downtown if need be, or just say reach out to us through, the disability resource page?
Probably what you said, secondary. And as well, I think that it would behoove us to have applications for people who may wish to be commissioners. And if we don't have physical copies, at least maybe business cards that can direct them of how to do that.
Okay. Yeah, as far as the business cards, I think that's a great idea. I would say the challenge with that would be just to get those printed and kind of who would cover the cost of that. So, but I can definitely look into that. Denise, you and I can, I'll talk to you about that as well and sort of see, do we have any wiggle room, with the city on getting things printed? Will they be able to help us with certain things? And you and I can talk about that, but I also, hope that they will be able to assist us in some things. Larry, I know that you have your hand up. Go ahead, sir.
Thanks. I think that if we can't get the business cards and we can get flyers out with or get the applications and get applications and have the appropriate material on them and the appropriate websites, I think we could do that. Also, I think I put in a request, and I don't know how we can get it done to braille off 20 or 30 copies. And I don't know how we can do that. We used to be able to do that through the library.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're doing that anymore because I think they got rid of a lot of their braille equipment. And the other comment I was going to make, and I could probably make it here, is maybe a week or so, sometime in the next couple of weeks, the people who are going to actually be at the vendor fair, or Visions, I call it the vendor fair because we call it that too. People who are going to be actually at the booth and are going to be, be there, find out what times we're going to be there, and, coordinate the setup and coordinate the event, have a time where we either Zoom or meet those of us who are going to do it. Because, for example, I know Alex is going to take off around 2, and he's probably got another booth he's looking into. So he can't be at our booth all the time. And, if I show up, I might want to take off I will show up, but I might want to take off for a few minutes to look at the other events and come back. So maybe we could make a coordination of when setup's going to be and all that kind of thing, just coordinate the event before we walk in there on the 8th and say, hey, what are we doing, man?
Yeah. Like maybe do a sign up sheet or something. Or like a digital sign up, right, with the times.
Well, you could do it. We could do a digital sign up with the times or something. But also, it'd be kind of neat, just have a short conference call or something. Just say, hey, look.
Okay.
This one we signed up. This is review the sheet. Is this doable? And who's going to set up? Who's going to take it down? That kind of thing. And who's got the time for it? Yeah. So maybe a sign up sheet and just discussing what we're going to do. Because I know for example, we were talking about that we'd volunteer and pick up a couple of things of candy and throw out a bowl there so that people could come by and have a chocolate while they're talking to us. We had discussed that. I remember that. We figured we'd do that. And I think Mr. Alex decided to pitch in a bag too. So,
Oh, great.
That's a good thing. We just want to coordinate what we're doing.
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea, Larry. And I will, Denise, I'll get with you, and then, I'll figure out, Larry, what the best way to do that is, whether it's, sending an email to everyone, saying, hey, we want to meet and just discuss, the day and who can show up for some times, and how to do that. But thank you, Larry, for bringing that up. And I really want to encourage the full commission, if you can, it doesn't matter how long you come, just if you don't mind just being present, just for a bit down there, we'd really appreciate that. I know that all of you do a wonderful job on this commission. You're all very committed, and it means a lot, but I also think it'll mean an even greater amount for individuals in the community to see your faces and hear your voices in person and be able to interact with you and what you're doing, because everything that all of you are doing is extremely important and extremely needed. And and I think everyone should be able to see you and hear you in person. Let's see. Is there anything else does anyone else have any questions on the Visions event June 8th? Let's see. If not, then I have the other thing I wanted to talk about was, yes, Commissioner Hull had touched on this briefly when he was giving his report for the Transportation Commission. But the cool thing about the Vision Zero subcommittee for transportation was that the Commission on Disability Issues was actually approached as well for members of the commission to join this subcommittee. And I believe information, if I'm correct, Denise, was also forwarded out to the commission about that inquiry as well.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, and I think that this is really, really unique and really something that is important and goes along with the line of what the commission is doing in terms of, transit, and then wanting to also, hear from us and from those with disabilities who use the public transit in the city, how they can be, implement this, but also do it in an environmentally friendly way. And also we can be in the know on what, the Transportation Commission is doing in terms of this particular plan. So, I kind of urge you guys to, take a look at this opportunity. If you can be a part of these meetings, wonderful. And if not, no big deal. But I believe the next meeting on that, it's going to be the second meeting to start off of this particular subcommittee. That's going to be on the 25th. I urge you, if you guys do want to be a part of that, please respond. I believe Denise is her name. Is it Suzette, I believe?
Suzette Flowers?
Yes, Susan Flowers. Thank you. So if you are interested, please feel free to reply to Miss Flowers and let her know that you're interested, and they can send you more information. All right. That's all I have for the chair report at this time, folks. So with that, I wanted to move on to old business. Was there any old business that we wanted to allude to at this time? Anybody have any comments on that?
I have an update on the no fault insurance.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we obviously had a really great presentation from Representative Youssef Rabi, and on May 5th, City Council did approve a resolution officially endorsing and asking our city representatives to support Representative Rabi's efforts to repeal the Reform Act and do something about those reimbursement caps, so that people who need care can get reimbursed for it. So that took a little bit longer, obviously, because our first round of resolution, it helped that Representative Rabi made himself available to speak to us. So that was a good thing. Well,
absolutely. And thank you, Elizabeth, for, your help and support with, with the commission on that as well. And being able to help facilitate that I think was really a boost. And please let Rep. Robbie know that the commission really appreciated his time. We were grateful for him to, share his time with us. And again, thank you for the efforts. And I'm glad to hear that our support of this was approved by City Council. And I think that's a nice accomplishment.
Yep, it was good.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Anything else under old business? If not, new business. Let's see.
Christiana has her hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sarah.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I do have to go, so I just wanted to name that before I head out. But
Oh,
thank
sure.
you all for your time.
Okay. No, Christiana, thank you so much, Commissioner Alan Pipkin, for joining us, and we appreciate your time and your commitment. So thank you very much.
Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
All right. All right. If there isn't anything under new business, is there any other communications or announcements or anything else that any commissioners wanted to present at this time? All right. No announcements, no communications. Well, so with that, folks,
hold on.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't get a chance to raise my. Get a chance to raise my hand, Zach. I was unmuted, or I was muted. And I was trying to unmute.
Yucks, no problem. No problem.
Just a couple of housekeeping things to mention. I think the first one is we got the members of the PIA here, or at least most of them. Do we want to meet on the 8th? That's the question is, do we want to meet on the 8th? Because that's the day of vendor fair visions. And, some of us may be getting back pretty late from that if we stay till 4. We'd have to run in and do that. So do we want to meet or not? And
Good call, Larry. I wasn't even thinking about that. I would prefer not to. It's going to be a long day.
I would prefer not to as well, because it'd just be quick. We'd have to hurry up and get back to our post. What about you, Rachel?
I'm amenable to that as well, if that's what everyone would like to do.
So do we have to vote on that, or do we just have to agree as a committee for that?
That's a good question. I think I'll be honest with you. I'm not exactly sure. But I think just agreeing on that as a committee, I think that's fine. I mean, it's not necessarily like I would say something that, is paramount to the full commission. I think if all of you on that particular subcommittee, agree to not meet, I think then just, informing.
So we'll just formalize it with Denise and say, Denise, we're not meeting, right? And she won't put us on.
That's fine. I
Okay,
can cancel the register.
Then that works. And the second piece of the second question I had was, we are not meeting in July and August, correct? As previous as we usually did, or are we going to?
Do you mean as a commission, Larry, or as your subcommittee?
As a commission. No, the committees can meet if they want. We can do that if we want, if we need to.
Yeah.
But the commission traditionally doesn't meet in July and August, but do we see a reason to continue that? Or, just keep on as is and not meet in July and August? Or do we feel a need to meet those months?
Well, I feel a need to have a summer break and have us all enjoy our lemonade and good things. And I think all of you,
I agree.
I think all of you as hardworking commissioners and people who are doing great public services to the community and the city deserve some time to, enjoy your summer and relax and not worry about meetings in those 2 months. How do all of you feel about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay. Your lemonade, eh?
Hey, lemonade, iced tea, or Arnold Palmer, whatever floats your boat. But so Larry, to answer your question, I think we're going to continue then with the summer break. So not meet in July and August, and then pick back up, Denise, in that September month of the fall.
But the committees, we can still meet or at least talk about meeting. And if we have something that we need to work on, we can work on it as in the committee, in the PIA committee if we want. And so we'll have something to present by September. And of course, we keep you informed of that, Zach, if we need to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just hope all of you know that I am approachable too. So if there is something that is pressing and, the PIA or any subcommittee says, well, Zach, we really need to meet and we'd really like your attendance on this, please don't hesitate to let me know. And listen, Partners in Access Committee, I know that you guys have been meeting. I do get those meeting invites. And just unfortunately, the way that my schedule works, I have a prior commitment that ends up happening smack dab in the middle of your meetings. So I'm not able to make those, but I do appreciate being kept in the loop and being informed. And I do hope that if there is something pressing that the PIA does want to come back on, that all of you know that you can reach out to me.
And incidentally, the recruiting activity does not have to stop over the summer either.
Absolutely.
Anybody who wants to, anybody who's got a recruit that somebody's interested can be referred to me. We'll see.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Larry. I always appreciate, your input. It is helpful. Yeah. Are there any more?
Sorry about the hurry quickness of that, though. My mute button just wasn't working, and I'm like, oh no, I won't have time to raise my hand before he says adjourn the meeting.
No problem. All right, folks, really quickly, is there any more communications or announcements at this time? I just want to give everyone their fair opportunity. All right. With that, folks, we are adjourned. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us at this meeting today. I want to thank all of you for your commitment and service to this community. Again, I know at times it can be challenging, but again, I do appreciate all of you, including those individuals and commissioners that are not with us today, because it is important. I want to thank the Community Television Network and the City of Ann Arbor. And folks, have a great one. We'll see you next meeting.
Take care.
You too.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.